There are toys you pass down for generations, keepsakes, symbols of childhood and memory. Then there are the others, the kind that should have never been made. It began when the Cartwrights moved into the old Summerhill house, a Victorian estate tucked behind a shroud of withered trees in a forgotten New England town. Eleanor, the mother, was charmed by the architecture, the antique wallpaper, the promise of a quiet life. Her daughter, Lila, age 8, was less enthused, until she found the doll. It was tucked away in a wooden chest in the attic, wrapped in a yellowed silk shawl, cradled like something sacred. The porcelain was cracked in places, and one glass eye was clouded, but the doll's dress, stitched in lace and faded red velvet, was pristine. There was no dust on it, no cobwebs near it. It was almost waiting. They called her Miss Penny, and for a while nothing seemed off. Lila adored her. She brushed her brittle hair, talked to her as if she could speak back. At night, Eleanor would find her daughter asleep with the doll in her arms, her tiny glass eyes wide open in the dark. But then came the whispers. At first, Eleanor thought it was sleep-talking, but the murmurs were too clear, too articulate. They came from behind closed doors, beneath floorboards. They said things no child should say. "Lila, he's almost ready, he just needs the rest of her." Objects began to disappear. Scissors, needles, scraps of fabric. Then the cat found days later in the laundry room, stiff as wood, mouth stitched shut with human hair. They called in a priest. He refused to enter the attic. "Priest, something is tethered here. It's not a ghost, it's older, smarter." Lila grew quieter, paler. She no longer spoke to her mother, only to Miss Penny. "Lila, VO. She tells me secrets. She says I'm her little doll now." One night, Eleanor awoke to the sound of humming, a high, lilting lullaby coming from the attic. She climbed the stairs barefoot, heart hammering, each step colder than the last. She reached the attic door. It creaked open on its own. Inside, rows of dolls lined the walls. Not like Miss Penny, no, these were grotesque. Each with mismatched eyes, stitched lips, limbs sewn from different fabrics, some dripping with dark stains. Their mouths hung open as if caught mid-scream. In the centre, Lila sat cross-legged. Miss Penny rested in her lap. "I'm helping him finish," he said. "When I'm done, I can be with Mummy forever." Eleanor screamed. Lila turned, and for the first time Eleanor saw it. Miss Penny's cloudy eye wasn't cloudy anymore. It blinked. They fled the house that night, packed what they could, left the rest behind. They moved across the country to Arizona, into a bland apartment with no attics, no basements, no history. For months they tried to live normally. Lila began speaking again, therapy, school, friends. Eleanor dared to hope it was over, until she found the needle. In Lila's closet, next to red thread and a new doll. Porcelain face, velvet dress. One eye clouded over, the same stitched mouth, and something worse, something Eleanor hadn't seen before. The doll was wearing her necklace. The gold locket her mother had given her. The one she buried under floorboards in Summerhill, trying to break the doll's hold. The one she hadn't seen in 6 months. Then came the knock at the door. 3 soft taps, like knuckles on glass. She looked through the peephole. No one. But on the ground, a gift-wrapped box. Inside, fabric scraps, hair, fingernails, a note in a child's handwriting. "Lila, thank you for letting me stay. You'll make a perfect doll." That night, Eleanor woke up to the same lullaby, hummed from Lila's room. She opened the door slowly. Lila wasn't in bed. The covers were folded neatly. On the pillow, a doll, identical to her daughter, and from behind the closet door, laughter. Not Lila's, not even human, something else, something dry and creaking, like wood rubbing wood, devil one stitch at a time. They say the devil once walked among men, not with a pitchfork but a needle and thread. He made dolls, not to play with, but to trap souls. And when he finds the right vessel, the perfect child, the quiet ones with open minds and broken hearts, he doesn't possess them. He lets them do the sewing.